All right, my friends, let's talk about the Madden 24 beta. It's been out for about 24 hours, give or take now, and I have been playing it for about 24 hours, give or take now. So I put a lot of games. A couple of things to keep in mind. We've only been able to play regs. I've been playing a lot of comp players head-to-head. I don't really know much about CFM, but I'm going to give my overall thoughts on my first 24-hour impressions and what I like, what I find annoying. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with it in terms of a beta. Way less like visual bugs than I thought. Usually in years past in the beta, you'd get like crazy like uniform bugs and stuff like that. Really none of those, which is good to hear, good to see. It really feels like it's a huge. I come get this vibe of it's a huge combination of Madden 22 and Madden 23, which makes sense. Those are two next-gen games that we've had. Madden 21 had a next-gen game, but that, as far as I'm concerned, Madden 21 didn't exist. All right, man, really quick. In honor of the beta dropping all the news around Madden 24, we're doing our biggest sale of the year for yearly memberships on Civil.gg. Code BETA gets you $40 off an entire year's worth. Now, for context, that means you're going to get access to everything in Madden 23 to hold you over through the summer, and you're going to get until this time next year, which means all the Madden 24 content. Madden 22, we set the overwhelming meta with Gun Bunch Head End. Madden 23, we had Gun Tight and Dollar on the site day one, and then we also had like 10 other ebooks that are all used at a pro level. You get all the benefits of being a Civil GG member. This is the cheapest it's going to be. It equals out to like less than $7 a month if you use this. This sale ends June 16th, so don't miss out. Top of the description is the link. It's going to be code BETA again, boys. All right, an entire year. Go check it out right now, and let's get back to the video. But yeah, that's really like the immediate vibe that I get from it. I mean, I see a lot of similarities to last year, and I see a lot of similarities to Madden 22 as well. A big complaint last year that a lot of people had, that I would read a lot, and I would kind of feel like this too sometimes, is you'd have a fast quarterback and you could not roll out really at all. You could definitely roll out this year, but it really reminds me of Madden 22 rolling out pre-escape artists. You remember rolling out really was not super overpowered pre-escape artists in Madden 22. And that's how it feels like in Madden 24 right now, where I'm using quarterbacks where Josh Allen feels fast, right? Even Patrick Mahomes feels fast. Joe Burrow feels sort of fast in relation to the defense. You are outrunning people. Now, again, we're playing regs. The defensive linemen are like 70 speed, whatever. But it's just stuff to keep in mind. In terms of playbooks and stuff like that, I'll be honest, that's been like a huge like downfall of them year after year. I feel like they added a lot on offense. They really did. Almost every playbook is different. Of the 32 teams, I think like 28 or 29 of them are pretty different. And they added a lot of plays into formations that already existed, and then they added a lot of new formations into the game as well. Now, one route they took, which I'm actually happy about, I think they should have done this years ago, is they took formations that were only specific to like shotgun, pistol, single back, and they expanded them. And a good example of that is, let's take single back deuce close, gun deuce close. Those have both been in the game forever, right? Well, now there's a pistol deuce close. Gun tight doubles. There's now a single back tight doubles. And then there's just a bunch of other formations that are just new, and then just new plays inside of different stuff. I'm a huge fan of all of it. I think it's very, very cool. They added some new running plays, which is really, really neat. And a lot of these plays seem fairly functional. That's always an issue that I've had in the past, is that they'll add new plays. I can always think of when they first added like near, far, or like some of those things, and like they just weren't functional. They literally did not work. They added them in some like update, which was frustrating. Those things work, and that's really exciting, in my opinion. I thought that was really, really exciting. Something dumb that immediately just came to mind is, I'm obviously a very gameplay-oriented person. Myself and numerous other people who I've played who are also similar to myself in that they play very gameplay-based. There's a lot of new animations that look pretty cool. There's some new celebrations that genuinely look pretty cool. You can anime run, which is, I mean, like, it's one of the, like, the LT-RT animations, that when you celebrate in the open field, one of them is anime running, which is just funny. The like, diving throw thing happens a lot. It happens a lot. It almost feels like, dude, I'm okay with it if I don't care if it happens a lot, if it has no impact. But the way like the animation works out is that like it almost feels like it puts you at a disadvantage when it happens, and you can't like trigger or not trigger it, just randomly happens on the run. So that's kind of annoying, actually. It is funny. You'll laugh when you do it, and I've thrown some lasers doing it. But yeah, you can launch the ball again. Pretty similar to, not as OP as Madden 22, where you could launch anything from anywhere, but definitely better than last year, where if you were throwing on the run, you could not make a throw. I made a lot of throws with Josh Allen on the run that were really, really nice. O-line blocking, pass blocking seems, I'm not really noticing it. I don't think it's good or bad so far. And run blocking seems pretty good. Something to keep in mind, though, pass blocking wise, is that we don't have meta offenses yet, and we don't have meta defenses yet, and all those two things play hand in hand in how good you think pass blocking is or isn't. Same with run blocking, you know what I mean? All it takes is one disengage thing, one gap shoot, one whatever for pass blocking and run blocking to suck. So just, keep that in mind, obviously, when you get your hands on the beta. Yeah, I think they're still rolling out beta codes in waves, and I'm still giving out beta codes as well over on Twitter. I'm gonna have more. We've already given out a few. Gonna have more. But yeah, so that's a couple of things off the top of my head. And then on top of that too, I know I'm not a big CFM guy, but CFM has 6 trade slots. They have like new special ability slots or something like that, or more of them. You can restructure contracts. You do a lot of stuff in CFM. I know, listening to or seeing what K-Mac said, he was pretty happy with how CFM, he thought CFM was great. The only downfall of CFM is that there's no crossplay. So it's like, okay, cool. Crossplay, I haven't seen anybody use it yet and have it work. I know a couple people tried to get it to work and it just didn't work. If the thing is, look, if crossplay doesn't work, you just turn it off, okay? If it's buggy, you just turn it off. All that stuff. That's my opinion on it. That's how I see it. If that stuff's buggy, if it's stupid, you just turn it off, all right? That's really the fact of the matter. Ratings and stuff like that are not finalized, but one thing I did notice pretty early on is that it felt like a lot more quarterbacks had passing elite, set feet lead, like those two, and then I don't think a single quarterback has hot route master right now, which makes it's like, because it was only a thing that Tom Brady has had for the past few years. So obviously there's no like quarterback that now is like the new Tom Brady of the league. But at the same time, Howard Master is such a big time ability that changes the game so much and can make a team that's not usable, where I think they got to fit Howard Master into somebody in regs. I think it'd be really, really stupid not to. Slinger 1 is no longer the best release. There's something weird with it. I don't know. I've used Aaron Rodgers a lot. He has Slinger 1. And there's something just off about Slinger 1 that, like, it's just not as good. Honestly, I think right now, all of the releases are really bad in the pocket. There's decent releases on the run, but all of the releases are really bad in the pocket. Everybody, you could feel the wind-up from everybody in this game right now, and it's pretty frustrating. I'm having a lot of issues pocket passing. From the sole fact that I'm hitting a button and it just is not, registering, or it's not registering, but it's not animating soon enough. In terms of things not registering, though, huge complaint right now is that defensive adjustments are really bad. You really can't make more than 3 adjustments on defense right now. They're really slow, and it feels. Honestly, just the way it feels like in your hand, it feels like it's intentional. It doesn't feel like it's like a lag spike or like a input delay thing. It literally feels like it is intentional. And then on offense, when you used to go to the line of scrimmage, you can make one free hot route with no animation. That is gone. That is so basically your first hot route you'll animate on, you'll point or whatever. I believe that's intentional too, to cut back on quick snapping is my assumption with that. I don't think that's going to change. I do hope to see the defense side change. I really, really do. A couple other small bugs is, there's a couple plays that just don't work, that are glitch where the quarterback would fall down or something like that. That's just part of a beta. And then when you throw the ball, sometimes the reticle where the ball is going to land stays on the ground after you catch it or after you drop it, making you not really sure if you caught the ball or dropped the ball. It's kind of funny. Again, that seems like another visual bug that should go away. Freeforming is, it's not really, honestly, I thought they'd do something different to it. They kept it the same, but it feels like it's a little bit more sensitive. I'm overthrowing a lot of passes right now on 7 out of 20 on near, when I used to only play on 20/20 near. So, yeah, the sidelines are not as forgiving. I felt like last year the sidelines were pretty forgiving. You could really push it and you get really favorable animations. Right now it does not feel like that at all, which is just something to adjust to. The game really does feel a lot different though, man. It's always really humbling getting into a new Madden. And, yeah, a lot of basic things that, you play the last Madden so much, right? I probably have 100 days on the last Madden. So much time, so many reps, so many just games, right? And you get into a new Madden, and there's things that are a lot different, and just the way you have to handle different players is way different. Users are pretty much the same as last year, it feels like. Same as the past couple next-gen consoles. Yeah, it feels like last year a lot with users. And then zones don't seem like they're better than last year. My opinion on zones are going to be skewed, though, because I went the final 4 months or so of this past Madden with zone knockouts, and these zones are worse than those, it feels like. But it's hard to say because it's a beta, and something like zones can take such a drastic change from version of the game to update to update. So I don't even want to make big assumptions about any of that, really. Man coverage is definitely decent, but again, we'll see more when we get abilities and stuff like that into MUT. So it's just hard to have big takeaways from that. Again, if you guys are interested in trying to be able to win a giveaway, go over to my Twitter. Also, we're hosting our biggest sale of the year over on Civil GG. Code BETA will get you $40 off of a yearly membership, boys. Code BETA. That's going to be good for 7 days until June 16th. Code BETA is going to get you $40 off a whole year. You're going to get access to literally everything. That will be $80 for the entire year, and that works out to less than $7 a month. You have to take advantage of it now or in the next couple of days. When it's over, price is going to go up, and when you decide to become an annual member later on, it's going to cost you a little bit more. All right, you'll have access to everything from this past Madden, and then you'll have access to everything, obviously, for the next year, which will be all of Madden 24. All right, boys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.